The original Bama Football Tailgate Show is on the air. Alabama football is rolling, and we've got you covered with a breakdown of the game matchup, an SEC preview, and all the fun of an afternoon on the quad with national championship winning quarterback Jake Coker, WJLX radio voice Brett Elmore, and CoverCrimson.com host Mick Gillispie. The Bama Football Tailgate Show is presented to you by Pearl River Resort Casino in Choctaw, Mississippi. Let's play, featuring the Sportsbook at the Timeout Lounge, Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, and celebrating 30 years of excellence. Also brought to you by Yuengling Lager. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. The only beer you need at a Bama tailgate party. 22 Bills, where the spirit of the athlete meets the art of sustainable living. The Floribama world-famous Beach Bar and Lounge in Orange Beach. Visit Sevierville. Your Smokies start here. Plan your next Smokies adventure at visitsevierville.com. Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. Screw the usual. And let's toast a hashtag to the Screwballs every time the tide rolls. R&R Cigars, home of the Alabama Victory Cigar. Unique bar on the Strip, home of the NFL, MLB, Premier League package. Catch all the games at Unique. Visit Tuscaloosa. Not too small, not too big. Tuscaloosa is pronounced just right. Pond Royale, located at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. Cover Crimson YouTube and CoverCrimson.com. Rolling with a tide 24/7, 365. NewLifeArt.com, publisher of Fine Art Editions by Daniel A. Moore. Use the code Bama Tailgate for amazing deals at NewLifeArt.com. Sticks Tractor and Tree Service in South Alabama. Affordable pricing and customer service guaranteed. Now the host of the Bama Tailgate Show, Mick Gillispie.
Oh, roll tide, man. Great to talk to all of you guys today. Welcome to the Bama Football Tailgate Show, presented by Pearl River Resort. For the next 2 hours, we're going to preview not number 4 Alabama, not number 3 Alabama, not number 2 Alabama, but number 1 Alabama. Over their big win over Georgia, they'll take on Vanderbilt at First Bank Stadium. And we appreciate all of you guys that are hanging out with us here on the show. Today, we got a great lineup for you as we get ready for this big contest. Singer-songwriter, Alabama native, and American Idol winner Taylor Hicks will be here. We've got Kevin Sport from our Gating and Grilling segment. We got Clint Lamb, my partner from Cover Crimson. What's up, man?
I'm good, brother. Ready to go.
Yeah, 2009 national champion tight end and Nashvilleian now. Preston Dial will be in the house. And more. You never know who's going to show up. But let me tell you guys that the show's brought to you by Pearl River Resort in Philadelphia, Mississippi. It's a short drive from Tuscaloosa, Birmingham. Vegas-style sportsbook at the Golden Moon Casino. Play $50 at the sportsbook and get a round of golf at Dancing Rabbit for just $40. I'm Mick Gillispie, and it's great to have Jake Coker and Clint Lamb ready to talk. Number 1 Alabama 4-0 against Vanderbilt, who is 2-2 on the season. But Jake, welcome to Nashville.
Hey, happy to be here. Much better traveling to Nashville than it would be if we were playing Auburn and having to go there or Starkville, something like that. I love Nashville.
Well, it feels like it's a home game. And Clint, welcome to Live Oak Bar here on Music Row.
This is awesome. I love the setup. Nashville's a great place to come anyways. I love just taking random trips. So getting to come and watch a little Alabama football while coming to hang out over here has been fun.
Well, this is a great setup, too. I bartended. I think I've made that very apparent at Alabama at Boo Radley's, a legendary bartender, I will tell you. And when I see this bar, it's just, honestly, it's the perfect setup for a bar because it's square. There's a lot of very comfortable chairs. And then we're on the stage, and then, we can go upstairs and watch football up there. But then they got all the TVs out here as well. And it just feels like a great place for a game day. Now, I want to tell you guys this. Clint and I are, and you too, we all three are. I didn't even think about this. Cover Crimson, folks. CoverCrimson.com on YouTube. check us out. I didn't realize this. I didn't write this in my notes, but my two broadcast partners together on this show. I didn't think about that.
Are we going to start squeezing him out?
Knock me out of here.
I'm going to run out of room at the end of that table.
All right, let's reflect on the 41-34 win over Georgia. Start with you, Clint, and then I want to hear what you think, Jake.
I have a hard time evaluating the second half, just with the way things played out. To me, I still view it, I wouldn't say as a dominant win for Alabama, but what I will say is we did learn it's almost impossible to stop this Alabama offense when it's on its game. And that's what I think, you kind of, if you want to stop Milroe's legs and you want to stop the vertical passing game, I mean, you got to either play cover zero and, or you're going to have to play, with that +1 in the run game. You're not going to be able to do what you want to do as far as matching the numbers. Just a very impressive win for Alabama. The further I've gotten out from it, you reflect more on it and you realize, okay, there are some problems that they need to kind of, continue to work on. But I think they're in a really, really good position right now.
Yeah, I feel pretty similar. Alabama comes. Kalen DeBoer, I thought, put on a master class in the first half, understood where Georgia was going to be, out-leveraged them. We were physical up front. We made all the plays downfield. Second half, I'm kind of left a little confused too. I mean, look, Georgia to me looked like they were a little out of sync early. Like we talked about last week, they don't have the receivers they had the year before. At least they don't have the experience there. And you saw, for instance, when that interception against that cover zero look we gave Georgia, Carson Beck's not really sure where they're going to be, or at least his receivers aren't sure where they should be. Throws an interception. Saw a couple of plays like that. They just weren't quite in sync yet, and we took advantage of all the opportunities on offense in the first half. Second half, we're trying to run clock, trying to get through that game. I feel like we got to get to that next step where we, put the nail in the coffin, finish the game, choke them out, and we're done. Which we're still a young team. We got a lot of leaders, but a lot of key positions with freshmen. So it takes time to get there, and I think we're going to get a lot better. I think Georgia's going to get a lot better. I mean, poor Auburn, man. I think they're going to have a rough game today.
Sorry if there's any Auburn fans. Is Alabama ready to be number one? And I need this in like 20 seconds. Or should I wait until after this break? Are they ready to be number one?
Got the talent to be number one. I think we'll be there by the end of the year, but I think we got a couple weeks before we're the standard.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say that they're playing as good as anybody. So, I mean, why not?
Look, this is Alabama. I mean, this program knows about number one. I'm not going to come in the Florida State's bar and talk about being number one for half a season. I mean, at Alabama, it's about being, number one from 2009 to 2010 to 2011 to 2012, 2015. Well, that's what you come to Alabama for, to be number one.
Well, the good thing is we don't have to worry about the BCS anymore, and you just have to be in the top 12.
That's right. That's how things have changed a lot. But I'll tell you what, we're having a great time here in Nashville, again, at Live Oak, and we want you guys to come hang out with us as well and check it out. This is really a fantastic venue. Coming up on the show, we got a lot of, like I mentioned before, we got a lot of great people. I can't wait to hear Taylor Hicks. He says he's bringing his harp with him. So you guys like harmonica playing?
I wish I could do it.
Yeah, I wish I could do it too.
Yeah, it'd be cool, right? He said he bought his first harp at a yard sale. So maybe something to talk about, right? Thanks for hanging out with us again. NewLifeArt.com is one of our great partners. We had Daniel Moore on a couple weeks ago, right? The amazing artist that has penned so many of these amazing prints. And there's probably going to be one coming from last week's game, right? I would think so, like that amazing play that put Alabama back on top. But pimp out your man cave, NewLifeArt.com. Use the promo code Bama Tailgate at checkout and take advantage of that. When we come back, we're going to talk more Alabama and Vanderbilt from Nashville. So don't go anywhere.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Score big at Floribama's Old River Grill with our great game menu. Grab your friends and watch the game on one of our 30-plus TVs. Our game day menu is full of flavor, from fried green beans to cowboy caviar and game day staples like the buffalo chicken sandwich, traditional jumbo chicken wings, Southwest egg rolls, and the chips and dip trio. Wash it all down with a bucket of beer or one of our many drink specials. Bring your friends and family for game day and join us at Floribama Old River Grill. For more info, visit our website at floribamaoldrivergrill.com.
Unique on the Strip. It's the best place to watch sports.
You're not even kidding. 11 TVs, NFL and MLB package, NHL, EPL, and so much more. If you want a game, they have it.
Now they're doing weekly NFL Pick'em, winners every Sunday, and grand prizes on Super Bowl Sunday.
And we haven't even mentioned the drink specials.
Of course they have daily drink specials. You can see them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Unique T-Town every day.
Unique on the Strip, the best place to watch sports in Tuscaloosa.
Hey y'all, I'm Steve Azar, inviting you to escape to Pearl River Resort, where the fun is going non-stop. Enjoy gaming excitement and catch the thrill of the big win. After the thrills, test your skills at the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. There's dining delight and love at first sight. And it's always no work and all play at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casinos. So come on, leave it all behind and head to Pearl River Resort.
Autumn brings vivid colors to the back roads and hollows of Sevierville, Tennessee. Wind your way to quaint country churches, a historic covered bridge, and even a pick-your-own apple orchard. This fall, the best views are yours on Sevierville's Rocky Flats Fall Driving Tour. Learn more and find additional fall drives to enjoy at visitsevierville.com/fall.
Gary Allen in concert.
Every storm runs that rain.
Gary Allen.
I'm just
live.
Here watching airplanes.
Saturday, October 12th at Pearl River Resort Silver Star Convention Center. Tickets on sale now at pearlriverresort.com.
Yeah, that's right where I need to be.
Don't miss Gary Allen. Live.
Who doesn't love a good Bloody Mary come game day? We set out to make the best tasting, the savory, spicy, and southern. So as my song goes, call it an early weekend and sip on my signature blend. I don't have to be me till Monday Bloody Mary mix. So leave it all behind and head on over to Pearl River Resort, exclusively at their restaurants, bars, and award-winning Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. This weekend, just say, I'll have what Steve's having.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Football is back, and no one does it better than the Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino. This season, you can watch the games with nothing on the line. Boring. Or you can make a play in the starting lineup. The Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino puts you into the big plays with big bets and big wins, making every game more exciting than ever. It's time for the sports glory you deserve without breaking a sweat. The Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino. Play the game. Must be 21.
Back on the Bama Football Tailgate Show as we get you set for the Crimson Tide and the Vanderbilt Commodores. Great to have all you guys with us. And even the drums are fired up about this big matchup. And I love the idea of Alabama playing it here in Nashville. I mean, it feels like home. And the stadium will feel like home as well because Alabama fans will be here and they'll take care of it. Guys, a couple things I want you to do, though. If you hang out with us on YouTube, Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, and I see a lot of comments right now, like and subscribe, give us a thumbs up. That's a way of saying Roll Tide. And we appreciate you hanging out with us as we do this radio show on video, right? So I guess it makes it both, right? All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the Georgia game, and then we're going to switch, the conversation to talk about some Vandy. But it was the tale of two halves in the football game, right? And we kind of got into this before. Alabama absolutely destroyed them in the first half. In the second half, I didn't think that it was Georgia. I thought it was Alabama just kind of got too conservative to me. I mean, and they also had 4 downs for every time they touched the football all the way down the field.
I mean, I think it was a little bit of both. Look, Georgia's going to be in the playoff this year. They're at least top 4 teams in the country. You watch the way that Kirby manages that leadership role. To me, he's as of right now the most proven, probably the best coach in the country. Georgia, this is one of those games that I think is going to be similar to Alabama. Losing that first 1 to 3 games throughout Coach Saban's career, dangerous after that, and I just hope we kind of are able to oil the machine and get to playing it almost perfection by the next time we play them, because it is going to happen. If we may miss them in the SEC championship, we'll see them in the playoff. Either one, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, for me, I mean, it was – how often do you see an elite team like Georgia get to play that style of football in the second half? Typically when you're blowing out a team, it's because you're head and shoulders better than them. But I don't think Alabama's head and shoulders better. I think they're clearly the better team right now, at least. But, that put Georgia in a position where you've got the playmakers. When you're able to get 4 downs and everything, you have a significant advantage for the entire, second half of that game. And I think that ended up playing a major part in how the final score ended up, looking. But when Alabama did get down and they had to find that offense again, they found it pretty quick. And I think that says a lot about the team.
Well, remember this, too. I mean, Kalen DeBoer, who was on our show last week, has kind of had a coming out party. I mean, this is a big deal for Kalen DeBoer and Kane Womack and Nick Sheridan and, Jamarcus Shepard and all of these guys that put together a game plan. Because the whole narrative was, well, Nick Saban's gone, and then that means that, Georgia and Kirby, which I'm sick and tired of. I mean, Georgia's 1-9 against Alabama in the last 10 games. I mean, some people were in here probably were in diapers the last time Georgia was better than Alabama consistently. But we keep hearing about how great Georgia is, and every time they play Alabama, there's always a moral victory and an excuse when they walk out with a loss.
No, Georgia,
they're a good team, but
Alabama still got the talent. Kalen DeBoer, to me, is the best replacement possible for Coach Saban. And he did have to put together a team that has not played a lot together. And now, look, he did get some great leaders that I think helped keep that team together. Jalen Milroe, Tyler Booker, Malachi Moore, those guys, it starts from within with that leadership. And I think Kalen DeBoer's mentality, the way he approaches game planning, the way he just manages players, I don't think you can get a better guy to come in and replace Coach Saban than that. And it showed Saturday night against Georgia.
It absolutely did. And that was the thing to me is, it was definitely the offense, but the defense too. The entire coaching staff right now, it's as good as I've seen it in years. And I think that's going to make a significant difference. In these types of games, it's all the little things that matter. And right. I think when you talk about completeness, we always talk about offense, we talk about defense, special teams. You'll mention the head coach a lot of times with that. The assistant coaches, I think, is a huge factor in having, not just individual positions, but individual guys ready to go. And it just seemed like Alabama was, firing on all cylinders coming out in a game like that. And that gives you confidence in those bigger games. They're going to come out ready to play.
The question that I kept asking was, is this, how good the game plan was against Georgia, or was this just, kind of how good Alabama can be? And my thought was, I think that it shows how good Alabama can be. I feel like Coach Saban has had issues, or at least he did his last few years, with loyalty in coaches. And guys like T-Rob, that, come to town and then, trying to leverage the job against Alabama. And, how many guys can I take with me? When Nick Saban started, it wasn't like that. And then it just felt like over the last honestly, after you guys left in 2015, it just felt like every year these coaches are showing up, and it was all about how much the university could do for their career instead of what they could do to help the university. It feels like with this coaching staff that there's a real big loyalty to each other. And I think that just happens. I mean, it's not a shot on Saban. It happens over the course of time with age. But this group, to me, is a really good together group.
Well, these are guys that have been with Kalen DeBoer forever, since he was young in his career. I know he's had Nick Sheridan around. I know we lost Ryan Grubb, but, Nick, he's coming into his own. That first half against Georgia was one of the best. That he had that team prepared as good or better than any offense I've seen, especially throughout this year. Him and Kane Womack, they've been together for a long time. We're together in Indiana. I think you can tell there's a lot of chemistry between those two and a lot of trust. And again, I think the players feed off that. They realize that the coaches have each other's back, and I think it only builds the morale within that locker room.
And we mostly talk about the skill positions. We did it for Washington last year. But, I think the offensive line is such a key part of this.
Yeah.
Just because, last year, Kalen DeBoer definitely had one of the best offensive lines in the country. They win the Joe Moore Award. This year, going back and watching, I don't think everybody played great. Jaden Roberts was kind of up and down to me, whiffed on a few blocks. But I think collectively they're in a really good place. And just doing what Kalen DeBoer is going to want to do, he's already his scheme already protects the offensive line a little bit as far as the pass protection and stuff. But being able to run block like they were able to, at least out on the perimeter, and it's not just the offensive line, it's the receivers, it's the tight ends. I think that's such a key difference between what you're seeing from Alabama offensively with all the explosives compared to maybe some of these other dynamic offenses in college football.
That's a great point. Look, I'm drinking an ice-cold Yingling, and I'm doing it here in Nashville at Live Oak Bar. That's pretty cool.
Glad you finally broke the ice.
I did. Like these are fun shows sometimes, but I still gotta be able to handle all the stuff. I've got to be able to pivot. And that brings me up to my next question for you guys as you hang out with us here on the Bama Tailgate show and talking about Alabama and Vandy. We've talked Georgia, and we should, right? It's a huge game. Georgia's a great program. But can Alabama pivot to Vandy? Because that's the opponent that they have next on the schedule. That's who they play now. And this is a tough Vanderbilt team. People might not take them seriously, but they're sneaky good.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was on the rat poison earlier this week before I saw too much of Missouri. I ended up watching. Not Missouri. Here you go. I'm already screwing it up.
They played Missouri last week.
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
No, but I watched that the Vandy Missouri game, and I walk away pretty impressed by Vandy. Look, they don't have the playmakers that Alabama has, obviously, but they're a team. This is the ultimate trap game right here. You come off a Georgia victory, you watch Vandy. They're very sound defensively and offensively. They don't tackle too well in space, which is a good thing for us, obviously, with the athletes that we have. And then offensively, that quarterback that they've got, you got to pressure him, make him get the ball out of his hands quickly. He releases the ball different angles, finds a way to get it out, moves around well. More time you give him back there, the more dangerous he is. I don't think they've got a ton of vertical threats, but if that guy has time back there, he's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, Diego Pavia, he is good.
He is good. You know who he kind of reminds me of? Not in every
Jake
way.
Coker.
Definitely not.
Oh, sorry.
But Steven Garcia.
What does that mean? I'm talking about how good he is.
I like
he can move. He's accurate.
And you know what? You did. You could move a little bit. But
he trucked people.
Yeah.
And Clint, I'm just glad you're in between us. Right?
But he reminds me of Steven Garcia. Just in the way where it's like you don't see – sometimes you wonder how he does stuff. But I think Alabama's offense in the way that it – and now last week against Georgia, you saw it a little bit differently. That short intermediate game, being able to take advantage, some blitz beaters and do some different things on that front. But just the vertical passing game and the fact that I think they can run the football, whether it be, a couple of good running backs, really good running quarterback. Vanderbilt has not been great defensively as far as stopping the run. And I don't think, I think they're susceptible to giving up those explosive plays downfield. So that kind of plays right into what Jalen Milroe has been. I think he's added more to that now. But that's why I think Alabama's offense can have a lot of success. But it's going to be, I think Vanderbilt's offense is also going to, have some level of success. But I also think, Alabama should win the game, in my opinion. And it should be pretty, I wouldn't say lopsided, but it should be a clear victory.
Well, you hope so. That's kind of what the game plan's supposed to be. That's why they've put rat traps around the facility. Jake, I love the stories you tell about playing for Coach Saban and these games coming, because Nick Saban was by far the best when it comes to games that you're supposed to win. And there's a reason why he didn't eat on the rat poison.
No, well, yeah. The practice restart was predetermined before, before practice started, you just knew, we're getting 3 periods in and we'll be stretching again. We'll just restart the whole thing and he's going to cuss somebody out.
Was that you?
Sometimes. No, but he had an approach where I mean, he kind of dialed it in, figured out how to keep everybody focused and keep that intensity going throughout the week, no matter who you're playing. And that's, to me, that's kind of where you see, I feel like Alabama teams, especially young teams, they kind of struggle in these games early on before they really realize how to focus, how to practice, how to do everything the right way. Hopefully we come out and show that we're getting there, that we're mature as a team, and we've got that mindset. But again, you learn a lot about these teams in these games right here. You got all the talent. You're better than this team. Are you going to come out here and prove it? Or are you going to, allow them to believe?
And that's the whole point, right? I mean, if you want to put them away early and not let them hang around. And for all of us, OG Bama fans, Bama won the championship in '92. I was texting with Jay Barker today, who told me he has an event with Braxton or something, but he couldn't come out. And I tried to get him to come to the show today.
Would that event be the Alabama game?
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever he's doing.
Braxton works for Alabama.
Does he work for Alabama? Maybe that's what it is. But his team struggled against Vandy. Bama had some really good years where they struggled against Vanderbilt. So, I mean, it's not like – now, I know it's a 23-game winning streak. And, we were all young in '84 the last time Vanderbilt beat Alabama.
I was about to say, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Yeah.
You don't remember that? Well, neither do I. All right, next subject. But you gotta be ready to make the plays, and at Alabama, you got to take advantage of the opportunity. All right, last thing I want to talk about this segment, and I know that you guys are all excited about Big Sexy Elmo because he's coming up next segment. Ryan Williams, okay, I read the messages on the Bama Tailgate and the Cover Crimson site. People are like, man, you talk too much about Ryan Williams. Okay, I do love Ryan Williams. I mean, he reminds me of the Prince of football. I mean, I'm watching him make moves and guys running into each other and them scoring, and every time he touches the ball, he's electric. It's like he's jamming like those Prince songs, like Purple Rain and stuff. Your comp of Ryan Williams?
I mean, the closest I would say is probably Calvin Ridley. I feel like they move similarly. I mean, Calvin was one of the best route runners that I was around. Very crisp, very explosive, powerful. You weren't – one guy wasn't going to be able to stop him, much like Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams, like I've said, he should have been playing a high school team last Friday, and he's he's dominating Georgia. So, I mean, he's very young. He's got the explosion. I mean, the guy, he's unstoppable. The only thing that I would say is when he has time to really crispen up those intermediate routes where he's coming back to the ball, he's his timing's perfect, his angles are right. That's when he's going to be really dangerous, when the quarterback knows exactly where he's going to be all the time, no matter what route he's running.
And lining up on the line of scrimmage consistently.
Yeah, right.
And I don't think people realize, how much really went wrong for Alabama on that first drive, not from a, successful, being successful as far as what you're trying to execute, but just the penalties and constantly getting put behind the sticks on that front. And then you still go down the field and drive. And that makes me really encouraged just because you have Jalen Milroe's legs and what it can bring as far as overcoming a lot of those, obstacles. But for Ryan Williams and me, it's so difficult because you think of guys like when you said Calvin Ridley, that one, I love that comparison. The only difference is that, I remember when Calvin Ridley went to the combine, he didn't have a great vertical. And everybody was like, oh, that's going to keep this guy from going in the first round. Like he doesn't have some of those explosive traits. Still ends up going in the first round. But the ball winning ability that Ryan Williams brings to the table for a guy who's, probably 6'1", that's just something that I think is a little bit different because he brings all those elements of Ridley, but I think he's got more available to him. I thought it was interesting, and I don't know. Nick Saban brought up the comparison to Amari Cooper, and that was his guy. And I thought, okay, from a body type perspective, very, very different. But, as far as the completeness, I would probably say in the skill set, it is kind of Amari Cooper-esque. So that would probably be the one for me. Obviously, you're going to trust what Nick Saban says, but everything but body type with that.
Hanging out with you guys on the Bama Tailgate Show from Live Oak here in Nashville. What an awesome place. So if you're coming to town for the game, or maybe you are coming next week or later on, make sure you swing by here and check it out. You're going to love it. We're going to bring on the man, the myth, and the legend, Big Sexy Elmore.
Alabama PALS, People Against a Littered State, is a statewide organization that has many programs that can benefit your county, school, city, or community. The Alabama Adopt a Mile program, the Don't Drop It on Alabama Spring Cleanup, the Alabama Coastal Cleanup, and the Alabama Clean Campus program are all programs available to you and your groups. Join with Alabama PALS and let's all do our part in making Alabama truly Alabama the Beautiful. For more information, go to alpals.org. Sponsored by Alabama PALS, ALDOT, the ABA, and this station.
Is your business facing new challenges such as higher employee wages and lower workforce participation? Luckily, there's a local solution. As your Alabama Career Center system, we make running your business easier. We assist both small and large businesses throughout the state. To take advantage of all we offer, visit your local center or find us online at labor.alabama.gov. Brought to you by this station and the Alabama Broadcasters Association, an equal opportunity employer. Auxiliary aids and services available upon request to individuals with disabilities.
We know texting and driving is dangerous and tailgating causes crashes. We know that road rage doesn't get us down the road faster. So let's all help each other and focus on driving safely, especially around work zones. Speeding or any other dangerous driving moves through a work zone will cost you double the normal fine. Save your money and possibly save your life or the life of a road worker. Slow down, put away the phone, and enjoy the ride. For more information, visit drivesafealabama.org. Sponsored by ALDOT, ALEA, the ABA, and this station.
Work is a part of all of us. We know that the world around us has changed, and that's why the Alabama Department of Labor is here to get you back to working hard. Work is a part of all of us. Let us help you get back to it by visiting your local career center or alabamaworks.alabama.gov. Funding provided by the USDOL, ETA, and Federal WIOA, and Equal Opportunity Employer Program. Auxiliary aids and services available upon request. Brought to you by this station and the Alabama Broadcasters Association.
Coach Nick Saban.
Helping children is very important to Miss Terry and me. As parents, it saddens us to know that there are more than 5,000 children in foster care in Alabama. These children need loving, nurturing families to care for them. We ask you to join the team and become champions for children by opening your heart, opening your home, and becoming a foster or adoptive parent.
For more information, call 1-866-4AL-KIDS. Sponsored by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You can now do more without it costing you more. Alabama's attractions have come together to offer the all-in-one ticket that downloads to your mobile device. No matter how many attractions listed on the ticket you see during the time span you bought, your price stays the same. Pick the right ticket option that best fits your schedule, and then enjoy more attractions without spending more. All-in-one tickets for different areas of Alabama are available at alabama.travel and other places where online tickets are sold. Brought to you by the Alabama Tourism Department, the ABA, and this station.
Do you know the facts about Mpox? The most visual symptom of Mpox is a rash. The rash can be preceded by fever, headache, muscle aches, backaches, swollen lymph nodes, chills, exhaustion, and a cough. Symptoms start within 3 weeks of exposure to the virus. If you are at higher risk, protect yourself by avoiding close skin-to-skin contact with people and get vaccinated. To learn more about Mpox and determine if you are at risk, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/Mpox. Sponsored by the Alabama Public Health Department, ABA, and this station.
Back on the Bama Football Tailgate Show, hanging out at Live Oak, getting ready for Alabama and Vandy, and having a great time. Good to see so many of our friends that have stopped by, and we want you guys to do the same thing as we get ready for this football game. It's so great to be back in Nashville again. I forgot like how many times I've been here before and how much I love this town. And then when I come, I'm like, you know what? I could probably join, the millions of people that have moved here in the last 2 years. Not to say that I don't love Fairhope, Jake, but this is another good spot right here.
It's a good spot for a few days. A little bit too much for me, but
It's a little too
I
wild
like
for
the
you.
city. Yeah,
Clint loves it.
This city doesn't like me too much.
It doesn't?
I don't know if I've told you that story about. I guess it's about 2016, 2017. Take Sarah, my wife, to the Grand Ole Opry, and we get introduced up on stage. And I guess it was Tennessee night. That loss to Tennessee against us was fresh on their minds, and they booed my ass off that stage.
I guess it's a good time to throw a shout out to Joseph and Jackson, who came over from ESPN Radio, that are all decked out in their Tennessee gear over here. They booed you off the stage.
Yeah, I thought they were going to start throwing beer bottles at me.
Hey, if they're going to do that here, just tell me so I can get out of here. Well, we got somebody that wants to jump on the show, and I mean, you guys at home, you love this fella, and he was supposed to be here in person, but this is all you're going to get.
They call him Big Sexy. Coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy. Throwing out those Alabama thoughts. Sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. Nick gives you the XPs, but Big Elmore is here to please. Big Sexy Elmore on the Bama Tailgate Show.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? Why aren't you at Live Oak?
Man, I should have. That's a classy looking place. Look, if you go to a bar and you don't have chicken wire in front of you, to keep the beer bottles from flinging up there, you're in a great place.
Like, are we going to play Rawhide?
Jake, what did you do?
Roadhouse?
No, it's Blues Brothers.
Jake, what did you do last night? Did you hit the town, or what did you do?
No, we this is my wife and I's first outing in a while, so we got a little dinner and hit the sack early.
Okay, all right. Mick, did you get out anywhere? Clint, did you?
I took it easy. I mean, I knew that it was we had a very important show to do, so all bets are off after this show's over. I'll just put it like that.
I got the wife in Europe right now. She should be back Sunday. And so I had the whole house to myself, had all these awesome plans. You don't get these opportunities very often. I went to bed at 8:30 last night.
Nice.
So,
Oh, man. See,
I'm living the dream, to be honest.
That's why I couldn't come hang out, man. Y'all can't hang with me.
I don't know what you're talking about with Mick. I can't. But
couldn't hang with you.
Couldn't hang with me.
My Yingling. All right, you going to ask us some questions there, fella?
Yeah. Favorite. Okay, you're in Music City, and let's talk a little country music. And Jake, I know you're a fan of the country music. And Clint, I always see the guitar behind you in your studio. If you could see one act at the Grand Ole Opry, who would you want to see, past or present?
Act at the Grand Ole Opry, past or present?
It's got to be a historical figure for me, so I'm going with he's still alive, Hank Williams Jr.
Oh yeah, I've seen Bocephus many times, my friend.
Yeah.
I am a dinosaur.
I was going to go Cash. Same
Johnny Cash?
Yeah, same thought process.
Yeah.
Look, man, you guys know the story. I hung out on Willie Nelson's bus. What happened. It was when I was in school at Alabama. I'd love to see the Red-Headed Stranger.
That sounds way worse than what actually happened. A lot of things you go through your mind.
Sitting on the bus rolling doobies is what you're doing.
That's like that Toby song, Never Smoke Weed with Willie Again.
Every time people see the picture with me and Willie, and my eyes are like $2 silver.
On a related subject, though, unrelated, we had a chat come in from Adam wanting to know, and thanks for the super chat, Jake, how difficult is it to read defenses and go through progressions? Do you generally know where pre-snap where you're going to throw it?
I mean, I think it depends on how many times you've seen it on the film, honestly. Sometimes you get thrown stuff you hadn't seen that you haven't prepared for. I felt bad for Peyton Thorne last week. That's one of those plays where the play called, he's going where he's supposed to go with the ball. Everybody's up on the line of scrimmage. You're not sure who's coming. You're not sure, who's dropping. And you get the snap. You think you got the slant there all day, and then all of a sudden everybody drops out, and they're just waiting on that slant throw, and there's really nothing you can do about it outside of just, I guess, take a sack or run with it. But those guys, when they're dropping from the line of scrimmage like that, especially when they drop D lineman and you're throwing a hot route, that is very difficult to see that quickly when you've already pretty much made up your mind on where you're going with the ball. But, there are some looks like, if you've got an option route with a post over the top and you've seen quarters against this formation and this personnel, you just know you get to throw a post route, and it's hard not to get excited because, it's coming. The post is there. This is your opportunity. It's easy when that happens. When everything aligns perfectly and you're ready for it, that's great. When you hadn't seen it before, it's scary.
Like when Milroe hit Williams last week to sink the Dogs again for the 9th time in 10 games.
All right, guys, have fun on Music Row. Enjoy the game this afternoon. Bama and Vanderbilt. Looking forward to it.
Hey, thank you, Big Sexy Elmo, and thank you guys for hanging out with us here. Our Gating and Grilling segment is coming up next as we talk to you from Live Oak in Nashville, getting you ready for Alabama and Vanderbilt, the tie against the Commodores, one of those old, original OG SEC contests. And we'll be previewing it for you right here, so don't go anywhere.
Hey, guys, look at me. Now look at yourselves. I make the big plays and the big games. You don't. Yeah, you would have made All-State if Coach put you in. Keep telling that story, or you can actually play the game. The sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino puts you in the starting lineup. I'll still be making the plays, you'll be making the bets, and finally getting the sports glory you deserve. The sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino. Play the game.
Peanut butter whiskey. Why the hell not? A little salty, a little sweet, a little savory, and always smooth. Screwball, the original peanut butter whiskey that's unexpectedly delicious. Visit screwballwhiskey.com to learn more. That's Screwball with a K. Enjoy responsibly.
In the heart of Orange Beach, Alabama, directly on the Gulf of Mexico, you'll find your new favorite place to dine with family and friends, Coastal Orange Beach. It's the ultimate dining experience with incredible beach views, and we're now serving breakfast on the beach. We open daily at 8 a.m., so be sure to join us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Coastal Orange Beach is quickly becoming the place that locals love and a destination for anyone visiting the Gulf Coast. We can't wait to see you on the beach. CoastalOrangeBeach.com.
Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, has been making beer in America for 6 generations. And for nearly 200 years, we've been all about bringing the good times. By hand, by foot, by bike, by bikers, by fanny pack or jetpack, by whatever means necessary. With Yuengling Traditional Lager, good times taste even better. Yuengling, bring the goods.
Tuscaloosa is Alabama's ultimate sports destination and a place for outdoor enthusiasts to thrive. It's a community rooted in history and one that's on the cusp of a burgeoning art scene too. Tuscaloosa is vibrant, it's charming, and it's familiar. Its people welcome you with open arms and warm hellos into a community that's tied together. Tuscaloosa is our home.
Hey y'all, I'm Steve Azar inviting you to escape to Pearl River Resort where the fun is going non-stop. Enjoy gaming excitement and catch the thrill of the big win. After the thrills, test your skills at the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. There's dining delight and love at first sight. And it's always no work and all play at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casinos. So come on, leave it all behind and head to Pearl River Resort.
Immerse yourself in the continuing dynasty of Alabama football with The Legacy Continues, a visually striking image from artist Daniel Elmore. This sequel to Moore's 1992 sold-out painting, The Crimson Legacy, features iconic moments and memorabilia from the last 30 seasons of Tide football. Don't miss your opportunity to own this lasting tribute sure to be cherished by Bama fans for years to come. Pre-order The Legacy Continues now at DanielMooreArt.com.
Check out Pawn Royale at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. The summer season is almost over. Time to go to Pawn Royale and find some amazing deals. Right now, our lawn and gardening inventory must go. That includes mowers, trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Pawn Royale has deals on everything. Many items at cost or less. If you're in the market, come make a deal. That's Pawn Royale, 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport.
Peanut butter whiskey. Why the hell not? A little salty, a little sweet, a little savory, and always smooth. Screwball, the original peanut butter whiskey that's unexpectedly delicious. Visit screwballwhiskey.com to learn more. That's Screwball with a K. Enjoy responsibly.
Welcome back on the Alabama Football Tailgate Show. I guess I don't know how I don't know this. I've only done it for 10 years. But I appreciate all you guys hanging out as we talk Alabama and Vanderbilt from Live Oak in Music Row, Nashville. And it's great to have Kevin Sport join us, part of our Gating and Grilling segment. And Kevin, I actually join you guys today. Taylor Hicks is coming up next segment. What a great time it was, man.
What a great hang. I mean, it really was. You made the show, man. You made the show special.
There was that point where you were like playing guitar and he's playing harp, which is, for those of you that aren't in Nashville, harp is like harmonica. I mean, that's what we use in the music business.
Oh, yeah.
I was confused.
Yeah, we shorten it.
Yeah, we just, Kevin, we want to include guys like Jake so they understand what we're talking about.
Well, I was just telling his sweet wife, I thought, what a great time I had meeting you two last week.
Man, that was great.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But y'all, you love the Music City or no?
I love it. She loves it.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've been at home here since '95, and it's been good to me. There's so many good people here. It's a great vibe. It's flourished. I mean, the downtown, we call it Nash Vegas now. So, but
it does feel like Vegas. We just have a 40th birthday in the house. So happy birthday, 40th birthday. And everybody's got, look at them out. That's what I'm talking about. That is Nash Vegas right here. Well, without further ado, I feel like I need to play this week's edition of Gating and Grilling.
Let's rock it, man. The grill is fired up.
Oh, man. Carl the Cook Lewis, great guy.
Oh, yeah. Awesome guy.
Taylor Hicks.
Our
crew's here. We got our crew here. We got a new theme song.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Hey, we got a group.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, we got Rick in the house. Hey, we're excited. We're glad to be here.
Rick killing it for us. All right, let's hit it.
Say Rammer, Jammer, Yellow Hammer, Alabama, Roll Tide Roll.
I'm Taylor Hicks.
And I'm Kevin Sport.
We're at the Tennessean Travel Stop. Welcome back to Gating and Grilling. Got a great show for you today. We have got world-class broadcaster Mick Gillispie in the house. And the Silver Fox Carl is on the grill. We got a great show. Let's go, Gil.
You know I feel like I found my way back home. Feels like I've been gone too long. You know I've been gone too long, feeling righteous. Devil can't stop feeling righteous. All the good I got, feeling righteous. I sing amen, sing amen. I sing it again. I'm feeling righteous. Oh, I'm feeling righteous.
Oh, nice job.
Good,
Nice job, man. Here. Let's pass this around.
I love it. You can be our manager.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, we can take this on the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
We are on the road.
We are on the
We're
road.
already in Tennessee.
Yeah, right.
You're daggone right we are. You know what? Me and Taylor were talking about this. You're basically living our childhood dream. I mean, we've all been a broadcaster, maybe behind the car wheel, in the shower somewhere.
Recording it on those old tape players.
Yeah, right.
Where you hit the record button and play at the same time.
Yeah, man. When did you know that this is what you wanted to do?
Man, coming from you guys too. I mean, you're doing the rock star. That's pretty cool, right? No, you know what? Same thing, man. I started commentating the video games, and then my baseball games, and just turned into a career.
Sweet. Where did you start? Where,
Man, you know what? My baseball play-by-play started when I was playing for a team in Birmingham. We were at Rickwood Field, and I was in the bullpen, and I started making fun of the team, not in a mean way, but just imitating our coach and some of the fans. Yeah. And everybody got quiet, and they were like, "Hey, you got to keep this going. This is great." that kind of gave me the idea that maybe I could do it, and then it just kind of took off from there.
Well, you got the voice, dude. I mean, I've loved listening to you for years.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a natural. Do you enjoy the baseball too? As much? Because I don't know if people know just how busy you are.
Yeah. Tell us all what you do.
Yeah,
as far
you're
as
like
how many sports you're involved with.
You know, climb the ladder with the Cubs. You know, I wanted to be Harry Carey, and then I got to sit in that chair and do that. It's pretty cool. And then went to Alabama, and kind of never really took the Bama stuff as seriously. And then when I started to run the Tailgate show, it just became a lot more fun. Roll Tide.
Let's go outside and see what Carl's cooking on the grill.
Let's take a minute to talk about our friends at D Community and the weekly Parlay Challenge. Kevin and the guys are awesome on Gating and Grilling. You know that. But what everyone needs to know is there's a really fun hidden part, which is the Parlay Challenge. Basically, each week, everyone needs to pick their winner and total points to get an entry in the weekly challenge. And there's lots of prizes. We do best picks and random prizes drawn from everyone who entered. Plus, there's a leaderboard. So if you do it each week, there'll be season prizes, and those who play each week will have better chances to win those prizes. So scan the QR code or the link on the YouTube bio, or go to dcommunity.io, and you will see the Tailgate promo. That's it. Have fun and good luck, and roll Tide. Hi, Taylor.
Hey, Nick, how are you?
I got to show you how we used to do it in my bartending days at the University of Alabama.
You're going old school. I know.
And I got some boots for you, too.
I know you're rolling with the Tide, but we need to be rolling with some drinks, too.
Okay, well, here's an easy one. Peanut butter cup shot, screwball peanut butter whiskey,
you know what we should do?
chocolate milk.
You know what we should do is we should probably try this before we...
Yeah, here.
Should we try that?
Well, let me give you some of this stuff.
What is that?
It's chocolate milk.
Ooh, I mean, so we're actually making a...
This is a peanut butter cup. Right here. Hey, roll Tide.
Roll Tide, everybody. Yum.
Yeah, it's delicious. All right, well, here's the next one we're going to do is a screwball old fashioned, right? 1.5 ounces of screwball.
Okay, so
mix them together.
So you want to do a little bit of bitters, a little bit of rye whiskey.
Yeah, and then stir it. Garnish with an orange. Boom. Look at that, right there.
You know what I love about this Tennessee and truck stop is that you can actually feel those 18-wheeler rigs. I mean, they rattle your bones a little bit, kind of like this old fashioned's gonna do here.
Yeah, well, cheers to you.
Cheers, everybody. We're gonna bring the gang in and we're gonna start drinking and eating. We'll be right back. We can't forget our friends at D Community.
It's a chance to be part of the Tailgate Show community.
Just hit the QR code or go to the website, thecommunity.io.
And play to parlay.
Get in it to win it. Let's get in the show. Wow, Carl Lewis.
Hey, what's
Come
up,
on,
Ken?
man.
Hey,
I'm going to tell you
Roll
something.
Tide.
You've been running. You've been running to that grill, I see. You
Yeah.
are going to make a lot of people happy because I've been getting messages about sliders.
Well, you got it. We got the ultimate today, guys. Got a hamburger patty here, seasoned with John Boy and Billy's pork rub, chicken
Pork
rub.
rub, yeah, man.
It's got diced jalapenos in there.
Yeah.
I got some homemade chipotle mayo.
Oh, sweet.
That's mayo, chipotle, adobe
Mick, have
chipotle.
you ever had one of these before?
Man.
No.
Come on,
I'm
you're
looking
gonna have
forward
one
to
today.
I've never had a fajita slider before.
You know what? I hadn't either.
First
You're
time.
fixing to have one.
I
It's
love
gonna
sliders.
blow your socks off. Trust me.
Oh, I believe it, man.
Freaking amazing.
Now, you're not shy with the mayo.
No. He is not. He's piling it on there.
I mean, you want us to taste that mayo.
Got my sauteed vegetables down.
All right.
John Boy and Billy hot and spicy right on top, man. You talking about flavor?
I'm going to tell you something, dude. The hot and spicy is not like overkill. For
No.
anybody out there who's never tried it, it's not like going to blow you up, too.
And also, let me show you something.
Oh,
look at that.
Yes.
This is a skewer with shrimp, Kaneka sausage, John Boy and Billy hot and spicy, but it's seasoned with John Boy and Billy pork rub. So you're going to have sweet through your heat.
So I've never had a Kaneka. Now, you can put Kaneka with a lot of things.
Let's have
but
one.
never have one with a shrimp before.
Let's have one.
I'm going
Let's
in.
do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here you go.
We'll be right back. We're taking these sliders to the table.
got
We're
it.
going to slide on to the table.
You got it, bro.
Don't forget to check out the Bama Tailgate promo and enter, and good luck. It's a way to build our Bama Tailgate community and also have a really good time doing it. So don't forget to check out thecommunity.io and then scan the QR code or click the link on the YouTube bio. That's all you have to do. But thank you guys for being a part of what we're doing here on the Bama Tailgate Show, and roll tide, everybody.
Hey, thank you guys for hanging with us here at Gaten and Grilling. It's been a great hang, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Still some more burgers. Hey, big time in Nashville.
Big finish.
And we might even see you on Broadway.
Man, that was a lot of fun right there. The Gaten and Grilling segment this week. And Kevin, again, man, great job, dude. Thank you.
We love it, man. We
So
love
much
it.
fun. I see the crews here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, like I love seeing the crew. This is one of my favorite parts of the show. Now I want Jake Coker to go on there. I want Big Elmo to go on
Give me
there.
that harmonica.
You're gonna Taylor Hicks is coming on later in the show, and one of the great tight ends in championship Alabama football history in the house. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. We still got more to talk about right here on the Bama Football Tailgate Show. So don't go anywhere. Second hour of the show is dead ahead, everybody. And again, hanging out with you at Live Oak in Nashville. Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Score big at Floribama's Old River Grill with our great game menu. Grab your friends and watch the game on one of our 30-plus TVs. Our game day menu is full of flavor, from fried green beans to cowboy caviar and game day staples like the buffalo chicken sandwich, traditional jumbo chicken wings, Southwest egg rolls, and the chips and dip trio. Wash it all down with a bucket of beer or one of our many drink specials. Bring your friends and family for game day and join us at Floribama Old River Grill. For more info, visit our website at floribamaoldrivergrill.com.
Unique on the Strip. It's the best place to watch sports.
You're not even kidding. 11 TVs, NFL and MLB package, NHL, EPL, and so much more. If you want a game, they have it.
Now they're doing weekly NFL Pick'em, winners every Sunday, and grand prizes on Super Bowl Sunday.
And we haven't even mentioned the drink specials.
Of course they have daily drink specials. You can see them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Unique T-Town every day.
Unique on the Strip, the best place to watch sports in Tuscaloosa.
Hey y'all, I'm Steve Azar inviting you to escape to Pearl River Resort where the fun is going non-stop. Enjoy gaming excitement and catch the thrill of the big win. After the thrills, test your skills at the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. There's dining delight and love at first sight. And it's always no work and all play at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casinos. So come on, leave it all behind and head to Pearl River Resort.
Autumn brings vivid colors to the back roads and hollows of Sevierville, Tennessee. Wind your way to quaint country churches, a historic covered bridge, and even a pick-your-own apple orchard. This fall, the best views are yours on Sevierville's Rocky Flats Fall Driving Tour. Learn more and find additional fall drives to enjoy at visitsevierville.com/fall.
Gary Allen in concert.
Every storm runs that rain.
Gary Allen.
I'm just sitting
live.
here watching airplanes.
Saturday, October 12th at Pearl River Resort Silver Star Convention Center. Tickets on sale now at pearlriverresort.com.
Yeah, that's right where I need to be.
Don't miss Gary Allen. Live.
Who doesn't love a good Bloody Mary come game day? We set out to make the best tasting. They're savory, spicy, and southern. So as my song goes, call it an early weekend and sip on my signature blend. I don't have to be me till Monday Bloody Mary mix. So leave it all behind and head on over to Pearl River Resort, exclusively at their restaurants, bars, and award-winning Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. This weekend, just say, I'll have what Steve's having.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Football is back, and no one does it better than the Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino. This season, you can watch the games with nothing on the line. Boring. Or you can make a play in the starting lineup. The Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino puts you into the big plays with big bets and big wins, making every game more exciting than ever. It's time for the sports glory you deserve without breaking a sweat. The Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino. Play the game.
Must be 21.
The original Bama Football Tailgate Show is on the air. Alabama football is rolling, and we've got you covered with a breakdown of the game matchup, an SEC preview, and all the fun of an afternoon on the quad with national championship winning quarterback Jake Coker, WJLX radio voice Brett Elmore, and CoverCrimson.com host Mick Gillispie. The Bama Football Tailgate Show is presented to you by Pearl River Resort Casino in Choctaw, Mississippi. Let's play, featuring the Sportsbook at the Timeout Lounge, Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, and celebrating 30 years of excellence. Also brought to you by Yuengling Lager. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. The only beer you need at a Bama tailgate party. 22 Bills, where the spirit of the athlete meets the art of sustainable living. The Floribama world-famous Beach Bar and Lounge in Orange Beach. Visit Sevierville. Your Smokies start here. Plan your next Smokies adventure at visitsevierville.com. Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. Screw the usual. And let's toast a hashtag to the Screwballs every time the tide rolls. R&R Cigars, home of the Alabama Victory Cigar. Unique bar on the Strip, home of the NFL, MLB, Premier League package. Catch all the games at Unique. Visit Tuscaloosa. Not too small, not too big. Tuscaloosa is pronounced just right. Pond Royale, located at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. Cover Crimson YouTube and CoverCrimson.com. Rolling with the tide 24/7, 365. NewLifeArt.com, publisher of Fine Art Editions by Daniel A. Moore. Use the code Bama Tailgate for amazing deals at NewLifeArt.com. Sticks Tractor and Tree Service in South Alabama. Affordable pricing and customer service guaranteed. Now the host of the Bama Tailgate Show, Mick Gillispie.
Roll Tide, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us as we get you ready for Alabama and Vandy. This is the Bama Tailgate Show, and we appreciate all of you guys hanging out. Brought to you by Pearl River Resort and Yuengling Lager. I'll tell you what, it's been a great time for a Yuengling Lager here in the Nashville, the Music City, as we hang out. Clint Lamb and, of course, Jake Coker, and it is great to have Taylor Hicks, man, part of Gating and Grilling, and now part of our crew.
Roll Tide, everybody. How are you?
I need some harmonica lessons.
Well,
no, it's harp, man. We use the term harp here.
You know what? If we toe to toe on some of these Miller Lights here, I'll start giving out harmonica lessons for free.
Can we get another round?
Yeah, we have 4 or 5 more rounds, man. Who knows? We might hire some musicians. I could just call up in the area and then we'll start a band.
Hey, I'd love.
Yeah,
Nick's ready.
We could do that.
That's what I'm good at it. I'm really good at it.
You are. We were great.
We
grilling,
man, dude. That was such a fun time, man. People just saw that.
Good at what? Eating?
Yeah. Oh yeah, eating, and we actually playing drums on a tip jar. And we back at the.
But the thing you don't know is that
I'm truck stop.
Oh, dude, what he doesn't know is I'm a cowbeller.
Yeah. More cowbell.
Well, Taylor, it's great to have you, man. Everybody remembers, and all of us probably voted for you 5th season of American Idol, and I know that's like for you, like way back in the distance, but it's still cool for us to get to hang out with you, man. Thanks for coming up here.
Thanks, man. Jake and I have hung out before, and it's good to be, have Alabama in town. It's almost like I'm kind of living a little bit of a dream because it's been a while since Alabama football has been up here, I believe. And, the atmosphere is going to be great. Broadway is going to be a sea of crimson. And, I'm ready to get this party started.
Yeah, it's an awesome place. My sister got into Alabama, and congratulating her gift back in the day was I brought her up here. First game was at that stadium. It's a cheap ticket for a college guy.
We've had some fun in basketball, too, up here,
Yeah.
I always like to, if I'm not playing or performing anywhere, I always like to go to the SEC basketball tournament. And, I believe the Tide is going to have one heck of a team this year, too. So I think Alabama will be another sea of crimson here in about, 4 or 5 months when we come back for the SEC tournament.
I know it's your thing, Jay. That hoop
love
team.
it. Love it.
Oh,
Nate
it's a
Oates
blast.
is my guy.
It's a blast.
Nate Oates and I got real close at the mullet toss. You know this.
Everybody gets close to the mullet toss. I actually used to play that when I was like 23 or 24.
Did you?
Oh yeah, I actually was the house band for the mullet toss for about 4 or 5 years. Probably 6. Don't remember.
Hey, we're at the mullet toss. Nate Oates is out there about 3 weeks post Final Four, and he goes, "Hey, is this the biggest sporting event you've ever attended?"
When you fold those fish, though, man, I mean, it's a big crowd, very enthusiastic.
Yeah, you got to dunk them too. The more waterlogged they are, the farther they'll go. I did learn that going down there and performing, but that was one of my haunts and still is. I like to go back to the Floribama, and I used to play there. One of my first gigs at the Floribama at the bar was the 11 a.m. slot for all the recovering alcoholics. And that was a tough.
Count me in on that one.
That was a tough gig for sure at the Floribama, but we all love it, and it's hopefully Nate will have a good run this year like he did last year.
Tell us about your new with the project you're working on right now. I know Porch Swing sounds like a great song, and I can imagine Jake's probably lived that life.
Yeah, well, Porch Swing was one of those things that we released. We released last year around this time, and got to debut it on the Opry, and it was that's kind of the thing is kind of releasing new music now is releasing singles every 6 months as opposed to releasing albums, just because the attention span of the music consumer or any consumer at this point is so short. It used to be you would drop an album. Nowadays you're more spaced out with singles. So the last single was Porch Swing. I'm doing some Christmas shows, playing a show in Fort Payne, up in Fort Payne on October 12th. I'm doing a show for suicide awareness called Sam's Fest, and then I'll do my lyric theater show on December 20th for Marines Toys for Tots that I always do. I'm doing some Rod Stewart Hadn't done Rod Stewart in a few years, but always like to be involved with Marines Toys for Tots this when we're coming up towards the holidays.
That sounds awesome, man. I'd love to see that. Look, there's a guy that's supposed to be here and he's not. He's a huge fan of yours, and he wants to come back on the show.
Well,
they call him Big Sexy. Coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy, throwing out those Alabama thoughts, sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. Nick gives you the XPs, but Big Elmore is here to please. Big Sexy Elmore on the Bama Tailgate Show.
I think this is the first time I've been given 2 segments. And Taylor, you know where Walker County is, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm familiar with that. My dad's actually been a dentist up in Walker County on Highway 78. Same day dentures. Shameless plug. Up there on Highway 7.
I'm very familiar, and I just wanted to let you know I voted for you 2,743 times on the finale of American Idol.
Well, I would have told you that you could have been my swing vote, but since you voted that many times, I mean, you actually could have swung me in the right direction. I mean, look, my competition was Catherine McPhee. That was no easy feat.
You're right, yeah, and she was a babe, and you and her both are silver foxes.
That's exactly.
and you look. But look who comes out on top, man. It's not about the looks. I mean,
it's about the love muscles, isn't it?
That's exactly right. Soul Patrol, baby.
That's right.
Let's go.
I
was all in. But no, I was reading some about your career, and I know you're a very talented musician, and in all seriousness, you're great. But I want to know, you were in a Widespread Panic tribute band?
Oh yeah, in college. Yeah, that's well, obviously, when I was in college, probably to date myself, everybody went to live music, where nowadays it's more DJ oriented. But yeah, I grew up playing the Almonds and Panic and all those great touring jam bands, if you will. And, it was funny. Like, after studying all of them for a while, I actually got to play with a couple of them. So, yeah, Widespread Panic. Yeah, some of those guys are buddies of mine. A couple of them live at, I know JoJo Herman, the piano player, lives here in Franklin. And they're a good group of guys. But, yeah, I used to perform with them every now and then. And yeah, I definitely grew up playing their music.
Mick knows nothing about jam bands.
Oh, I know. Look, I know. I went to Vegas for 3 of the Dead and Company shows. I've seen Widespread many times.
Right. Yeah. If you're from the South,
Goose,
if you grow
string
up,
cheese.
yeah,
I know.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Mick knows his music. He's really good. He knows football, but he knows music as well.
Absolutely. It's a nice combo.
But anyway, no. Good checking in with you, Taylor.
Keep being sexy, Big Sexy. Don't let the sexy go out of big sexy.
Look, it's a tough job being Big Sexy, and I'm going to see you soon at Gaten and Grillin'. And
absolutely,
we're gonna team up on that. All right?
Yeah, we will. We're gonna tee it up, baby. No pun intended.
And for all the people that are going to be listening to the show in Jasper and in that Walker County area, they'll be. He was telling me about your dad being over there.
Oh,
forever.
yeah.
So,
He's been there for a long time.
County.
Absolutely. Good people over there.
What'd you think about the game last week, Bama and Georgia?
Oh, I had a blast. It's one of those things where I think, it's funny. I think DeBoer's staff this year has the element of surprise as far as some of their schemes go. And I think that they're going to use that to their advantage. I was surprised of how quickly Kirby was able to adjust in the second half of that game. That kind of, he kind of started figuring out some of the offensive stuff. Going 4 for 4 on fourth downs, pretty pretty special. I don't know what the odds on that is, especially the different yards you have to make. But all in all, I think Alabama's. Look, you don't sleep on Bama. I didn't sleep on them the beginning of the year, and I'm definitely not sleeping on them now. And hopefully, we don't sleep on Vanderbilt. It's interesting. Somebody was asking me. There's 28,000 seats in that stadium due to construction.
Wow.
I was like, that's not going to see U2 at the exit in or something.
Yeah, right.
Like all these Bama fans that are going to this game are going to experience a college football in a setting of only 28,000 fans. And that's really cool. I mean, you go to a stadium and see Bama play and be able to see them that up close and personal in a 28,000 seat stadium. It's going to be fun. I don't think Bama does. I think Bama takes some of the stuff that they learned in the second half last week, and hopefully the idea is to come out in the second half and really take care of business this week.
Thanks for coming on and doing the show, and thank you for being part of the tailgate show every week. Take us out, baby.
You're watching the Alabama Tailgate Show.
For those who don't follow trends, but craft them, Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Score big at Floribama's Old River Grill with our great game menu. Grab your friends and watch the game on one of our 30-plus TVs. Our game day menu is full of flavor, from fried green beans to cowboy caviar and game day staples like the buffalo chicken sandwich, traditional jumbo chicken wings, Southwest egg rolls, and the chips and dip trio. Wash it all down with a bucket of beer or one of our many drink specials. Bring your friends and family for game day and join us at Floribama Old River Grill. For more info, visit our website at floribamaoldrivergrill.com.
Unique on the Strip. It's the best place to watch sports.
You're not even kidding. 11 TVs, NFL and MLB package, NHL, EPL, and so much more. If you want a game, they have it.
Now they're doing weekly NFL Pick'em, winners every Sunday, and grand prizes on Super Bowl Sunday.
And we haven't even mentioned the drink specials.
Of course they have daily drink specials. You can see them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Unique T-Town every day.
Unique on the Strip, the best place to watch sports in Tuscaloosa.
Hey y'all, I'm Steve Azar, inviting you to escape to Pearl River Resort, where the fun is going non-stop. Enjoy gaming excitement and catch the thrill of the big win. After the thrills, test your skills at the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. There's dining delight and love at first sight. And it's always no work and all play at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casinos. So come on, leave it all behind and head to Pearl River Resort.
Autumn brings vivid colors to the back roads and hollows of Sevierville, Tennessee. Wind your way to quaint country churches, a historic covered bridge, and even a pick-your-own apple orchard. This fall, the best views are yours on Sevierville's Rocky Flats Fall Driving Tour. Learn more and find additional fall drives to enjoy at visitsevierville.com/fall.
Gary Allen in concert.
Every storm runs that rain.
Gary Allen.
I'm just sitting
live.
Here watching airplanes.
Saturday, October 12th at Pearl River Resort Silver Star Convention Center. Tickets on sale now at pearlriverresort.com.
Yeah, that's right where I need to be.
Don't miss Gary Allen. Live.
Who doesn't love a good Bloody Mary come game day? We set out to make the best tasting, the savory, spicy, and southern. So as my song goes, call it an early weekend and sip on my signature blend. I don't have to be me till Monday Bloody Mary mix. So leave it all behind and head on over to Pearl River Resort, exclusively at their restaurants, bars, and award-winning Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. This weekend, just say, I'll have what Steve's having.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Football is back, and no one does it better than the Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino. This season, you can watch the games with nothing on the line. Boring. Or you can make a play in the starting lineup. The Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino puts you into the big plays with big bets and big wins, making every game more exciting than ever. It's time for the sports glory you deserve without breaking a sweat. The Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino. Play the game.
Must be 21.
Welcome back on the original Bama Football Tailgate Show. Great to have all of you guys with us as we talk Alabama and Vandy. Let me remind you that the show is always brought to you by our fair city of Tuscaloosa. Visit Tuscaloosa.com. There's a farmer's market that takes place every Saturday at the River Market from 7 to noon. The Tuscaloosa Civil Rights Trail, which is a self-guided tour that includes 18 stops around Tuscaloosa, the Tuscaloosa Amphitheater, Druid City Music Hall. We're going to be back in Tuscaloosa next week with the show, and I'm proud to announce that we will be back at Innisfree. So come by and hang out with us at Innisfree when Alabama plays South Carolina. And I know I look at Jake Coker, and I know he's excited about it, Clint Lamb, and now it is great to see Nashville's very own Preston Dial. What's up, dude?
Hey, guys. Roll Tide. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for coming on. We want you to stay for the rest of the show. But we're throwing you right into the fire because we're going to pick games. This is something that Jake feels like he's great at. And our friend out in Vegas here, Kenny White from Kenny White's Power Ratings, joins us from Sin City. First off, Kenny, I want to say this. You know, I was friends with Rose. He lived out in Vegas. I saw him every time I was out there. We lost the hit king this week, and you love baseball too. You had to love Pete Rose. How sad is that?
Yeah, and no doubt about it. I was very fortunate. Danny Sheridan from your neck of the woods is a good friend, and Danny was good friends with Pete Rose. And he said to me one day, hey, I'll be out in Vegas next week having dinner with Pete. You want to go? Do I want to go? Yes, yeah. Do I want to lose my right arm? Sure, I'll go. I want to go. I don't want to lose my right arm. I guess that was a bad analogy, but yeah, it was a great night. You know, it was. I sat right across from Pete. We had our own private room in the Palm restaurant in the Caesars Forum. And it seemed like he was really well guarded the first half hour. And then I don't know, something clicked with him and I, and he really opened up, and he was great. What a great personality. And we just had a great time. And, you know, my son was playing college baseball at the time, and he said to me, tell your son this was part of my success. Don't ever take an at-bat off. He says, I grinded every at-bat no matter what the score was and no matter what the game was. And he said, if you do that, you're going to pick up an extra 15, 20 hits a year just by doing that. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to meet him. And then I met him a couple years later. I sat down, I go, hey, I had dinner with you about 4 or 5 years ago.
He remembered.
If you remember. He didn't remember. He didn't care who I was, but I was trying to get him. To be
forgot
my fantasy. I had a fantasy parlay company, Hot Roster, that we did fantasy parlay cards back in like 2015, 2016. He said, here's my agent's number. Call him.
Well, good to see you again, Kenny. Let's get right into the action, guys. Let's pick 2 games today. We're going to start with UCF at Florida. Florida is actually a 2.5-point favorite in this game. The over-under is 61.5. Kenny, just to get we want to kind of show Preston what we do here. You started off, then Jake, and then we'll throw it over to Preston. Your thoughts on this contest?
What I've been doing for years, I've been an odds maker. I was an odds maker for 35 years, made the betting line here in Nevada and broke down games many times on radio shows and TV shows. And that's what I do for a living now. And I'm right now, my living is betting sports, and I bet on these games. I did bet the Gators this week. They're getting points, 2.5. This line is down to 1.5 pretty much now in the market. I really feel like this is Billy Napier's last game or a turning point. If he loses this game, I think he could be out as the Gators head coach. He's on the hot seat, 11-14 the first 2 years, and starting 2-2 this year. Not a good start. His losses were to Miami and Texas A&M, so not bad programs. This is a team that does have talent, and I think if they know, and they know, I'm not thinking, I know they know they are the underdog in this football game. I was against Central Florida last week with Colorado. I'm against them once again here. I do like their head coach, Gus Malzahn. I think he does a great job, and I think KJ Jefferson's a great quarterback. But I think Florida has better talent in the trenches, and that's where they have to win this game. There has to be that effort, and I think I'm going to get that effort this week. I made the Gators a 3-point favorite here.
All right. What about you, Jake?
This one, to me, is a little bit of a toss-up. I'm hoping Florida, I've known Billy since my time at Florida State. Then he was Alabama when I was there. I'm pulling for him, hoping he, kind of rights the ship here. And so I'm going Florida this week.
Preston, our buddy Mike Johnson was telling me this week, he's like, hey, you know their offensive coordinator, Mike. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Right. Yeah. So you pull for Florida because of the guys, right?
I do. That sounds weird, but just to close that book, we beat them in 2009, the SEC championship. So I feel like since I bested them at the end, I can cheer for them. Yeah. I want, obviously Billy was more with Coke over here, but Rob Sale was, he was an up and comer in a big part of our life. And I'd like to see him win it. I'm actually, I like the Gators. I like the under. I think it's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, Rob's an awesome guy. We're pulling for him. All right, next game is one that's pretty interesting. Tennessee, University of Tennessee, number 4, which is crazy when you really think about it. But they're right up there at the top, and they're going to be at Arkansas. This is a tough game. 14-point home dog this time for Arkansas. And I feel like Arkansas has been one of those teams that has kind of hung around and played tough. They haven't won, but Kenny, you go first. We'll do the same rotation. 59.5 was what I had the over-under at. I think that this isn't a trap game for Tennessee. I think this is a game where we're going to find out if Tennessee can play football.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Extra time to prepare from that Oklahoma game. So they have 2 weeks prep time. And Josh Heupel, what a job he's done. He's a great college football coach. He has a great offense, and he's got a freshman quarterback that can throw the ball. And I won't even try to butcher his name, but Nico I has been dominating. He looked great on the road against Oklahoma. When you're a quarterback that can hit your guys on the run, and that's tough to do, that timing is there. Tennessee's got it. But when you have an SEC opponent and you're going on the road, it's tough to lay double digits. Tennessee's going to be happy to get out of there with a W. So I've got Arkansas in this game. I took the points here. I think Sam Pittman, obviously another guy that's on the hot seat. I really feel like if the players like him, they're going to rally around him and get better. They are 4-1. They're coming off a loss versus A&M. You learn more about yourself off a loss any day than you do a win. So I think Arkansas learned something. I may have had them a little underrated because I bet against them the first couple weeks of the season. Now I'm back on them. Arkansas plus the points for me. I think that Tennessee obviously gets the W. I'm not going out on the limb saying that, but Arkansas stays within the points.
All right, Jake.
See, Kenny's not trying to pronounce Nico's last name either. I like Sam Pittman a lot. I think Tennessee, if they play 10 times, they probably beat Arkansas by more than 13.5 points, more often than not. This is one of those where I think Vegas knows better. This is a trap. I think Tennessee's the sucker side. I'm taking Arkansas.
All right, Preston.
Yeah, I've been betting against Tennessee for about 10 years up here. I'm learning my lesson. I know Jacob would love to take Nico's paycheck he's making from that NIL. He probably deserved it as much, but I'm gonna take Tennessee. I don't know what that first half line is. I think it's going to be. I think they're going to find themselves in some character building moments in the first half, but they just got a lot of boys that can move quickly side to side up front. I think they'll cover.
Hey, look, they went to Oklahoma and won. That was a game that they really wanted to win for their coach. And I thought Oklahoma blew a bunch of chances, but Tennessee's a pretty good football team. Be interesting. I kind of want them undefeated when Bama rolls in there.
Amen.
Let's have them keep on winning. So I guess from our point of view, keep on winning, and we'll see if it's maybe 17 out of 18. Kenny, tell everybody about the power ratings.
Yeah, first I thought we were going to talk Alabama football, and I laid it with Alabama, even though there could be a letdown this week. I think the last time they were at Vanderbilt, they were number 1 in the country in 2017, and they won 59-0. They've dominated Dandy, and there's such a disparity in talent here. And get this, Clark Lee, since he's been the head coach at Vanderbilt, 6-15 ATS at home. 6-15. There is no home advantage. There may be more Bama fans in the stands in that game than Vandy fans. So, and they play a new offense. They have a new offensive coordinator, Tim Beck from New Mexico State. Their quarterback's from New Mexico State. They run it 65% of the time. That's their offense. They are not going to be able to run the ball against Alabama. So take Bama and take the over, because the games go over because Vandy can't stop these good teams. I think Bama puts up a big number this weekend. If your guy lets you parlay, go ahead and do it. The rest of my information is at KennyWhiteSports.com. You can go there. Check it out. Thanks for having me, Mick.
Anytime, Kenny. Always love seeing you, brother, and we'll talk to you again next week. Let me remind you guys that this segment's always brought to you by our friends at Pearl River Resort. You got to check out the Timeout Sports Lounge. That's at Golden Moon Casino. 20 TVs with feeds from all the major sports networks, 12 state-of-the-art odds wager boards listing all the games and scores, 3 wager stations to place in-person bets, and a full bar. And if you go to Pearl River and you go to Timeout and you spend $50 at the sports book, you can play Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, which is the Augusta you can play for just $40. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk with Preston Dial. We're going to talk with Clint Lamb, Jake Coker about Alabama football as they take on Vandy. More of the original Bama Football Tailgate Show right after this.
Alabama PALS, People Against a Littered State, is a statewide organization that has many programs that can benefit your county, school, city, or community. The Alabama Adopt a Mile program, the Don't Drop It on Alabama Spring Cleanup, the Alabama Coastal Cleanup, and the Alabama Clean Campus program are all programs available to you and your groups. Join with Alabama PALS and let's all do our part in making Alabama truly Alabama the Beautiful. For more information, go to alpals.org. Sponsored by Alabama PALS, ALDOT, the ABA, and this station.
Is your business facing new challenges such as higher employee wages and lower workforce participation? Luckily, there's a local solution. As your Alabama Career Center system, we make running your business easier. We assist both small and large businesses throughout the state. To take advantage of all we offer, visit your local center or find us online at labor.alabama.gov. Brought to you by this station and the Alabama Broadcasters Association, an equal opportunity employer. Auxiliary aids and services available upon request to individuals with disabilities.
We know texting and driving is dangerous and tailgating causes crashes. We know that road rage doesn't get us down the road faster. So let's all help each other and focus on driving safely, especially around work zones. Speeding or any other dangerous driving moves through a work zone will cost you double the normal fine. Save your money and possibly save your life or the life of a road worker. Slow down, put away the phone, and enjoy the ride. For more information, visit DriveSafeAlabama.org. Sponsored by ALDOT, ALEA, the ABA, and this station.
Work is a part of all of us. We know that the world around us has changed, and that's why the Alabama Department of Labor is here to get you back to working hard. Work is a part of all of us. Let us help you get back to it by visiting your local career center or alabamaworks.alabama.gov. Funding provided by the USDOL, ETA, and Federal WIOA, and Equal Opportunity Employer Program. Auxiliary aids and services available upon request. Brought to you by this station and the Alabama Broadcasters Association.
Coach Nick Saban.
Helping children is very important to Miss Terry and me. As parents, it saddens us to know that there are more than 5,000 children in foster care in Alabama. These children need loving, nurturing families to care for them. We ask you to join the team and become champions for children by opening your heart, opening your home, and becoming a foster or adoptive parent.
For more information, call 1-866-4AL-KIDS. Sponsored by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You can now do more without it costing you more. Alabama's attractions have come together to offer the all-in-one ticket that downloads to your mobile device. No matter how many attractions listed on the ticket you see during the time span you bought, your price stays the same. Pick the right ticket option that best fits your schedule, and then enjoy more attractions without spending more. All-in-one tickets for different areas of Alabama are available at alabama.travel and other places where online tickets are sold. Brought to you by the Alabama Tourism Department, the ABA, and this station.
Do you know the facts about Mpox? The most visual symptom of Mpox is a rash. The rash can be preceded by fever, headache, muscle aches, backaches, swollen lymph nodes, chills, exhaustion, and a cough. Symptoms start within 3 weeks of exposure to the virus. If you are at higher risk, protect yourself by avoiding close skin-to-skin contact with people and get vaccinated. To learn more about Mpox and determine if you are at risk, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/Mpox. Sponsored by the Alabama Public Health Department, ABA, and this station.
Welcome back to the original Bama Football Tailgate Show. Hanging out with you guys as Alabama and Vanderbilt play at 3:15, and we are at Live Oak Music Row here in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. We have had a fantastic show so far, and a couple more segments left. Jake Coker, 2015 ring, Preston Dial, 2009 ring, and Clint Lamb and me just like watching you guys play football. But great to have both of you here.
Yeah, we're the boring guys for only having one. Isn't that crazy? Unbelievable.
Yeah, that must have been nice. You know, I'm friends with all your friends, and what a great group of guys you played with. I mean, like anytime I'm around that group, and the Baron Hubers and the Mike Johnsons had started this show, and you've been on here before.
Yep.
And then all of you guys come in. The camaraderie that you guys have on that 09 team is special, and it is a special team to me too. I remember being there for the games and wondering if Alabama was ever going to be number one again. And then when you guys made Tebow cry, you made me a fan of Tebow. He was so humble after the defeat. We've never seen Florida again. They've really never been back on the national stage. But what a awesome team you played for.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. I go back. The story, I'm able to be honest now that I'm a little separated from it. You know, I owe Tim Tebow a lot. You know, I showed up to a Nike camp at Florida State, ironically, and there's this lefty that, you know, benched 185 about 5 more times than I did. He ran about 2/10 faster. Then all of a sudden we started, you know, running routes on air. Next thing I know, I've got a scholarship to the University of Florida State, or to Florida State University. I didn't even, I just wanted to continue the dream after high school, you know, and then to get to Alabama and to think the things we said and actually kind of help speak them into existence. Obviously, there's a guy named Coach Saban that helped with a lot of that and showed us the roadmap. But yeah, I mean, I've got some legitimate brothers that I came out of Alabama with, and I'm forever grateful for, and I talk about them every single day.
I know, Jake, I've met some of your guys too.
Oh yeah. Had a lot of good times.
Kind of a wild crew in 2015. Clint, what do you remember about these teams?
Oh man, first of all, to get it started, that was pretty cool. Like my best friend in high school was William Ming.
Oh yeah, I was with him in Wisconsin.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah.
He you talk about getting having some fun. He knows how to have some fun. But I remember coming to Tuscaloosa. I think I did meet you once, but just seeing that process get started, and then by the time Jake gets there, you know, it's already kind of a well-oiled. And I mean, it's like last year they lose to Texas week 2. Everybody starts counting them out. It reminded a lot of people of that 2015 team, how y'all rallied together. It's just been really cool to see how you guys have kind of built a tradition and then helped keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, you know, when I was playing 2015, obviously that was after Coach Saban had already established the dynasty at Alabama, and Preston was a huge part of establishing that. And when you're playing there in 2015, especially for me being from Alabama, and I did go to Florida State first, transferred to Alabama because, you know, I felt like when I was making that transition, the more I thought about it, I had a lot of time alone because I was getting through a surgery at Florida State, and I thought, you know, if there's one thing I want out of college football, if I had an opportunity to win a national championship at Alabama as a quarterback, that would be pretty much the top of the mountain for me. I mean, the NFL would be cool, but that was my ultimate dream growing up. And when I got there and I got the opportunity to play, you know, a lot of times you think about those guys that came before you, like Preston and a lot of those other guys that helped set that standard. And you always kind of play for that approval of those guys that came before you and won all those championships and made a name for themselves. And so, you know, it always means a lot to get to know the players that came before you and kind of just pay respects and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it too is that you guys have, and this group now is taking the tradition seriously. And you both played with Heisman Trophy winners, right? Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry. Is Jalen Milroe ready to be a Heisman Trophy contender?
I didn't think Mark Ingram was ready until they handed him the trophy. You know, you take it 1 week at a time, and you try to execute, and you try to win football games. You know, I was laughing, you know, talking about some of these games you were talking about earlier. You know, it's survival of the fittest, and it's literally 1 week at a time. It's, you know, 14 one-game seasons, and it's one at a time. And I you know, for me personally, I'm just excited to see what he's done. I can see what he's capable of, but it goes back, you know, obviously growing up in Mobile with Coker, and I've known his whole family. Our moms are tight, you know, to see him come home and to have the success he had. And then, you know, to see all this, you know, kind of unfold is turning into the old man up here. But, you know, it's pretty neat to see, and to see, you know, Jam and Haynes and these boys have success out of the backfield, and to see number 5 come alive last week. You know, it's just wild to see. I'm so happy for these boys. And look, you know, they're doing everything they got to do, and now it's just coming in and having 3 or 4 good weeks of good days of practice and showing up and giving them all you got. You know, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, our Mobile audience will know what I'm talking about here. Preston, I really can't point to anything he did wrong throughout high school and college. The only bad decision he made was going to UMS.
Brandon Dean's not going to like that.
Yeah. I got
shout out to Dean
over there on the other side of Old Shell.
So you think he's ready? Is he ready? I mean, it's different, man. When people are kind of talking about you, he's the leader now, according to Vegas.
I don't know if anybody's ever ready, and of course, I was never in the Heisman conversation. But
me neither.
Well, actually, Stanford Steve, I heard the worst bet he ever made was betting on me to win the Heisman before 2015. But no, I mean, I don't know. When I was playing, I know I was, of course, nowadays with NIL, you have to be pretty plugged into the media and what's going on around you. So I don't really know what that maneuvering that lifestyle is like. But when I was playing, you know, you didn't hear too much about the outside world. I was locked into what I was doing in practice, hanging out with my teammates, and that was the best way for me to kind of navigate that season. So hopefully that's kind of what Jalen's doing. Hopefully he's doing what he has to do to make money in NIL and just focusing on the season ahead. But I don't know if anybody's ever really ready to win the Heisman Trophy. When Derrick won it, I mean, Derrick, the guy wasn't out partying, doing anything dumb. He didn't get caught up in that hype. I mean, I think he was pretty unflappable from a character perspective, and I think Jalen's pretty similar in that way.
Clint, Derrick Henry's still stiff arming guys. Ask the Cowboys.
For your team now.
Woo! The Ravens. Let's go.
Yeah, I actually pulled for the Ravens for a little while.
Thank you.
Girlfriend in college, she was from Baltimore, so had me. I stopped that real quick.
How'd that end up?
Yeah. Let's just say I'm not a Ravens fan anymore. but yeah,
funny how that happens.
It's amazing what he's been able to do because the workload. I mean, he's gotten the 2015 treatment for a majority of his NFL career, and he's still producing. I don't know if there will ever be another Derrick Henry. I really don't.
I don't know of a guy that invest in his body and invest in the game more than he does either, though. So
I do. I don't know. You know, I'm sure you can tell.
All right. Who does Ryan Williams remind you of?
Lord. We were supposed to quit doing when we quit playing at Ladd Stadium in Mobile. I'll be honest. I'll be the first to say it. Raise my hand. You know, I watched every play he played against Lipscomb High School up here in Nashville. Brett Boutwell is, you know, like an uncle to me, and he's over there at Saraland High School. You know, I thought he was a great player, but I did not think some of that stuff would transfer to the level that he's at now. And I tell you what, it's fun to see how much fun he's having out there.
Yeah, and how amazing he is.
Yeah, that too.
you said, but Calvin Ridley.
I mean, if I had to, I've never seen a 17-year-old like that in college. I mean, there's really, it's hard to even. I mean, Calvin played as a true freshman, but I'm pretty sure he was 18 when he played and should have been in college.
I actually think he might have been 19.
Yeah, actually, no, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he was a little older.
I think you are right. I mean, if I had been thrown in a college game at 17 years old, I think I was 6'4", 190. I've just been snapped in half.
Right.
I can't even imagine.
And he said he's been working on like the joints, like doing a lot of workouts in his joints because that's what Smitty told him to do.
You know, that would be one to emulate.
You know, Jeff Fisher up here in Nashville says it pretty well, and Vrabel says it too. You either got to be real big and delivering the blow, or be small enough to bounce off. And I think he's just small enough to bounce off.
All right, Clint, I'm going to start with you on this last one before we go to our final break and then our final segment. Can Bama handle success under DeBoer? I mean, he's done everything right, Clint. He came in and where they were calling him, you know, he's going to be Husky Harvin or whatever the guy's name was from Auburn. Harsin. Sorry.
Yeah, Husky Harsin. Yeah.
And then, but he recruited, and he has like a number 2 recruiting class. He got Ryan Williams. You know, well, he can't coach football. You know, now he just beat Georgia. But now, can he handle these trap games?
I feel like this is like the 4th question we've been asked about DeBoer since he's got to Alabama. Like, you know, is the guy going to be able to recruit? Is the guy going to be able to handle these big games against, you know, the Kirby Smart? He's checked every box up to this point, and he checked every box at Washington. I mean, people talked about, could you beat Oregon a second time? He did that. You know, the only thing he came up short on was that national championship game. But, yeah, I would fully expect him to be able to handle success. And the players, I mean, the ones who have been around, they understand the level of success that not only expected at Alabama, but also to be able to maintain and not let, you know, keep the main thing is what I think they say. So, yeah, I would fully expect him to.
Preston?
I don't know what he's done wrong to this point. You know, the guy's won on multiple levels. You know, I love hearing, well, he ain't Nick Saban. No, he's not Nick Saban, but neither is Kirby Smart, neither is anybody else. Yeah. You know, I think as far as how this whole thing played out with Lanning and some of these guys with the West Coast chase we had, you know, we end up with an offensive-minded coach, and I think he's done everything possible in his power to do. I think the guys were prepared on Saturday. And, you know, I think the best thing coming out of it, I was laughing, talking to a couple buddies of mine on Saturday at halftime. They're like, I'd hate to be Kirby Smart at halftime. I'm like, no, this is – the guy you hate to be is Kalen DeBoer. Yeah. It's only down from here. Mm-hmm. And guess what? They weathered the storm. You know, they did trip, and they finished the drill. And it's at the end of the day, they come out of there, and on Sunday they do the good, the bad, the ugly. And here they are looking, and they've got coaching tape, and they've got the greatest story ever. No matter how well they do this year, they still got bulletin board material as, hey, Saban's gone. There's no way you can have success. And so I'm excited, and I'm rooting for him. It's harder than I've ever rooted for Alabama right now.
Guys, the show's brought to you in part by VisitSevierville.com. We're in Tennessee right now. We're in Nashville, but you guys love going over to the Smoky Mountains. And we're in the middle of Harvest Festival right now, Fall Harvest Festival, and that means creative displays throughout Sevierville, a brilliant fall color of trees and peak leaf viewing and, you know, just your typical mid-October, mid-November beautiful Smoky Mountain views. So check it out. Visit Sevierville.com/fall. And we appreciate them. There's also 4 self-guided tours that you can take there. So again, visit Sevierville.com/fall. When we come back, we're going to wrap it up from Live Oak here in Music City. What a great time it's been on the original Bama Football Tailgate.
Now look at yourselves. I make the big plays and the big games. You don't. Yeah, you would have made All-State if Coach put you in. Keep telling that story, or you can actually play the game. The sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino puts you in the starting lineup. I'll still be making the plays, you'll be making the bets, and finally getting the sports glory you deserve. The sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino. Play the game.
Peanut butter whiskey? Why the hell not? A little salty, a little sweet.
a little savory, and always smooth. Screwball, the original peanut butter whiskey that's unexpectedly delicious. Visit screwballwhiskey.com to learn more. That's Screwball with a K. Enjoy responsibly.
In the heart of Orange Beach, Alabama, directly on the Gulf of Mexico, you'll find your new favorite place to dine with family and friends, Coastal Orange Beach. It's the ultimate dining experience with incredible beach views, and we're now serving breakfast on the beach. We open daily at 8 a.m., so be sure to join us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Coastal Orange Beach is quickly becoming the place that locals love and a destination for anyone visiting the Gulf Coast. We can't wait to see you on the beach. CoastalOrangeBeach.com.
Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, has been making beer in America for 6 generations. And for nearly 200 years, we've been all about bringing the good times. By hand, by foot, by bike, by bikers, by fanny pack or jetpack, by whatever means necessary. With Yuengling Traditional Lager, good times taste even better. Yuengling, bring the goods.
Tuscaloosa is Alabama's ultimate sports destination and a place for outdoor enthusiasts to thrive. It's a community rooted in history and one that's on the cusp of a burgeoning art scene too. Tuscaloosa is vibrant, it's charming, and it's familiar. Its people welcome you with open arms and warm hellos into a community that's tied together. Tuscaloosa is our home.
Hey y'all, I'm Steve Azar inviting you to escape to Pearl River Resort where the fun is going non-stop. Enjoy gaming excitement and catch the thrill of the big win. After the thrills, test your skills at the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. There's dining delight and love at first sight. And it's always no work and all play at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casinos. So come on, leave it all behind and head to Pearl River Resort.
Immerse yourself in the continuing dynasty of Alabama football with The Legacy Continues, a visually striking image from artist Daniel Elmore. This sequel to Moore's 1992 sold-out painting, The Crimson Legacy, features iconic moments and memorabilia from the last 30 seasons of Tide football. Don't miss your opportunity to own this lasting tribute sure to be cherished by Bama fans for years to come. Pre-order The Legacy Continues now at danielmooreart.com.
Check out Pawn Royale at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. The summer season is almost over. Time to go to Pawn Royale and find some amazing deals. Right now, our lawn and gardening inventory must go. That includes mowers, trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Pawn Royale has deals on everything. Many items at cost or less. If you're in the market, come make a deal. That's Pawn Royale, 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport.
Peanut butter whiskey? Why the hell not? A little salty, a little sweet, a little savory, and always smooth. Screwball, the original peanut butter whiskey that's unexpectedly delicious. Visit screwballwhiskey.com to learn more. That's Screwball with a K. Enjoy responsibly.
Final segment of the original Bama Football Tailgate Show, and it has been a great time hanging out here in Nashville, Music City at Live Oak, Music Row. Man, I mean, this is honestly, dude, this has been one of my favorite shows. I got to tell you that. I'd like to have Preston Dial in the house. Jake, you're here. Clint, roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Still, we got one segment left, though, to talk some Bama football. We'll be back in Tuscaloosa next week. I told you that. And we're going back to Innisfree. Dangerous. You been to Innisfree before?
Trip who?
It's a little bit too much fun. Clint, you weren't there last time, and that was probably good.
Hey, somebody asks you if you know Trip, it's like, who's asking?
Well, let's get into the score prediction part of the show. But Bama and Vandy, your thoughts on what's the score? Throw a score out there for this. 20. It's only a 23-point spread. This Vanderbilt team's a lot better than people are getting them credit, man. I like Diego, man. I think the guys can play, man.
I don't think they score. I don't think they scored 10 points. I know I said it earlier off air, but Clark Lee is a neighbor of mine. I think he's doing an incredible job. But there's two big things, and when it comes to football, there's X's and O's. I think Clark's incredible at it, and then there's Jimmy's and Joe's. And I think that the deck is stacked heavily in our favor. I'll say 52-10.
I like that. And you and me were together last time. Remember, we did. He did the entire show at the Bend.
Yeah.
And it was, I know, it was 59-0.
Preston, if you're trying to be polite, that was a swing and a miss.
I've been trying for 37 years. That's all I got.
So, this is always the segment where I feel like we might get canceled, but you go ahead. What's your
here's the thing. I feel like if we start early, get pressure on the quarterback, establish the run, then I think it's going to be a 52-10, 45-10, 14 game. I just hope we come out with the intensity and kind of what we were missing in the second half against Georgia. Come out there trying to prove a point that this is Alabama. We're gonna put the nail in the coffin early. Call it a day.
Clint?
I just wish we had a high-pitched Vandy D lineman to talk a little trash.
Unfortunately, what we had the former coach go on national TV and say that Vanderbilt's the only road place you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Coach Saban if the coach before him would have said that? he would have lost his mind.
That falls in the rat poison category for sure.
What's crazy is that we're talking about it only being 28,000 right now due to construction. Have we ever seen a stadium capacity decrease and it actually helps the home team? I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
Because, I think that's less seats for Alabama fans, to be honest with you. I think that Alabama wins 41-10. I do think that they come out, they put pressure on Diego. I think that, after last week's game, I think Milroe's really starting to figure some things out. But I wouldn't be shocked if you saw a lot of the previous Milroe, not from he can't do the short to intermediate stuff, but I just think with Vanderbilt's defense, they're going to be able to win vertically, and I think they're going to have a lot of success in the ground. This would be a get-right game, in my opinion, for Justice Haynes and Jam Miller.
Yep.
I was I was very shocked that they weren't more involved in the game plan last week. This feels like one of those games where you kind of correct that a little bit, and if they do that, I think they control the game. That's going to be something Vanderbilt's going to try to do offensively, is keep Alabama's offense off the field. Just don't think they'll be able to do it consistently enough. I think 41-10.
All right. Preston, great to see you, man. What you got going on here in Nashville these days?
Chasing 3 kids, nursing this torn calf. That's about it, man.
Is there a story behind that, by the way?
Oh, it's a terrible one, too. Yeah, especially being down here on Demumbrian. I used to fight my way home sometimes, but nope, this is a tennis injury.
Oh, tennis.
At least it's not pickleball.
It is pickleball. He's lying.
I'm telling everybody I'm the next 250-pound Rafa Nadal. Give me a couple weeks to rehab. I'll be all right.
Hey, the story keeps changing. I'm starting to think it was ping pong.
I knew y'all weren't my friend.
You can catch us 3 right here on covercrimson.com on YouTube. So, guys, make sure that you go over there, Cover Crimson on YouTube, and then covercrimson.com. Jake Coker and I do Elephant in the Room, and then Clint and I do the Cover Crimson show. So we're on there a lot, but we'll have a lot to talk about, Jake.
I hope we got a lot of good stuff to talk about next week.
I do too. Clint, Clint breaks down. Clint and I will be on the post-game show. So right after the game, swing it over to Cover Crimson YouTube, and we'll be breaking it down. Hope you're normally at the stadium, but you won't be this week.
No, I won't be this week, but you'll be alone if they lose.
Don't you do that to me.
I'm not eating my rat poison.
No, thank you. All right. Well, look, that does it for the show. I want to thank again everyone at Live Oak here, Music Road, Nashville, Tennessee, for the hospitality. All of our friends for showing up and making this a really special time. Preston, thank you. Taylor Hicks, thank you. Kevin Sport, thank you. Jake Coker, Clint Lamb, Big Sexy Elmo. I'm Mick Gillispie. Roll Tide, everybody. We will talk to you guys again next week.